All right, thanks for joining me. I'm going to review how to create a new PGP in the iObservation model. The first thing you're going to want to do is log into iObservation. To do that, you're going to use the Google Chrome web browser and log in. Google Chrome has the latest version of the HTML code. As you watch this video today, pause it and you can follow along right with your computer. So if you need a moment, please pause the video and log into iObservation. All right, welcome back. The first thing you're going to do is hover over the Growth tab and click Plans. We're going to create a new plan. If you already have created a new plan, you'll see your plan here to click on it. The first step is to take a self-assessment. We're going to configure the 3 elements that we're going to focus on for next year. At least one of them has been chosen by your school administrator or the administrator that you report to. It should be tracking student progress. The other one that the district is focusing on is school and district initiatives. And your third one can either be picked by yourself or recommended on which one you should pick by your administrator. I'm going to start in domain 4. That's where you're going to find participating in district and school initiatives. You're going to start off by rating yourself and clicking the finish button. And yes, I am sure I want to finish it. The next domain that I'm going to click on is domain 1, where I'll find tracking student progress. I'm going to rate myself on that. And my third one, I'm able to choose anyone I want. My administrator told me, and I'm going to choose identifying critical information in the lesson. I already read over all of these, and that's the one that I wanted to choose. If you need a moment to look through some of them, okay, you can scroll down, and the finish button you'll see at the top or the bottom. Okay, once you finish domain 1, you can't open it back up though. You're going to have to delete the plan and start over again. The only 2 domains that I can work on now are domains 2 and 3. Okay, but I already picked my 3. So I'm going to move on to step 2, which is to select the target elements. Now the purpose for step 1 is so that these target elements are now easily defined up top, so I can configure all 3. Like I said before, if you don't know which one you want to pick, you can choose from all of the available elements. They're listed below, okay, for all domains. And you could, at this point, configure any one that you wanted. Just remember that the one that which ones your administrator told you to focus on. Okay, I'm going to start with tracking student progress. You click the configure button and you're going to rate I already have myself rated, and I plan to be applying or better as my goal. And I have 2 questions to answer. One is changes in student behavior or learning that I expect to see as a result of focusing on the strategy. And the other one is going to be possible source of evidence and artifacts for the targeted element. My evidence is going to be my workshops, sign-in sheets, or certificates, etc. To answer the first question, I'm going to actually use the iObservation model to help me answer it. I'm going to just click the Observations tab and click Preview Forms. And I'm going to go into Domain 1, right to Tracking Student Progress, which I believe is Element 2. And my student evidence that I should see, they recommend when asked, students can describe their status relative to their learning goal using the scale or rubric that I provide. And the students update their status of this learning goal. I'm going to just simply highlight these 2, right click, copy. I'm going to scroll up, hover over my Growth tab, and click Plans. I'm going to open up my plan again. I'm going to scroll down to where I can select my target elements. I'm configuring tracking student progress. What I did before wasn't saved, so I'm going to have to redo my second question. But I'm going to right click and paste those 2 pieces from the iObservation model in there. I'm going to add my periods. That's what I hope to see next year when I'm focusing on the strategy. And my possible source of evidence is etc. And I'm going to click Save now. And that way what I did doesn't get lost. So I can always edit this later before I submit it. I'm going to move on to domain 4, which is participating in school and district initiatives. Before I click configure, I'm going to actually go right into preview forms, find domain 4, and I'm going to look for that element, which is 6. And there are 6 different ways you can show teacher evidence. You can choose all 6. You can read through and choose one of them. I'm going to choose these 2. Copy those, scroll up to my plan, and I am on step 2, and I'm going to configure participating in district and school initiatives, choose my goal, and right click and paste. And down here is going to be my certificates and sign-in sheets. And I'm going to click Save. So I have one element left to configure. I'm going to go to my preview forms. That was domain 1. Tracking student progress is element, I think 6. Don't forget to follow along. You should pause this video. And yes, identifying critical information. And I hope that the students can describe the level of importance of the information that I'm addressing. I'm going to highlight all 3 of those pieces of evidence. Go up to my plan, open it up, and I'm going to add an element, and I'm working on identifying critical information. My final one, you only have to do 3. My final goal, and I'm going to paste in my answer. For this one, I'm going to record myself teaching. And I'm going to click Save. And now that I have identified my target elements, I'm going to go back to my plan. And I'm going to move on to step 3. You'll see that there's a done green check by step 2 now. If you don't have that green check, you might have forgot to save, or you didn't configure all 3 elements. And there's the green check. So I'm going to move to step 3. This is going to be developing a plan of action, making those action steps. There are 2 action steps that are already going to be in your plan. These are going to be during your observations. I'm going to click Add a Step, and my action step idea, I can use this drop down arrow, and I'm going to attend a PD workshop. And it's going to be the element on participating in a district and school initiative. I hope to attend workshops on those initiatives next year, 2014-15. All right, and I'm going to click Save Action Step. Please pause the video if you'd like to follow along. I'm going to add another step. This step is going to be attending a PD workshop on the element for tracking student progress. I hope to receive training on that from my administrators next year. And I'm going to click Save Action Step. and I have one more step to add. As of right now, you can always edit these steps next year as well, when your PGP is actually when you're adding your certificates and you're going through and showing your progress towards each of these elements. You can always add a step. My third one is going to be record myself teaching, and that is on element domain 1, element 6, identifying the critical information, and that's for next year too. You could use a resource. There's a reflection log that you can use. You can always make your own reflection log up. That way it's there for next year when you're opening your PGP to show your documentation. As of right now, I'm going to leave my steps the way they are. I have hit all 3 of my target elements, and I'm going to click Save Action Step Order. And you can see that step 2 is complete now, and so is step 3. My last final thing is to submit it for approval. Once you're ready, you can submit it. If you'd like to save it, everything that you have done so far can be edited. All right, I hope this video was helpful. Please email me for any questions. Thanks. Have a great day.